All right, guys, happy Monday. And honestly, happy mid-August, which can be like a weird, interesting time. I think we've had kind of an interesting summer. I'm saying that because sometimes in the summertime, it's like when we have like these huge launches and so forth. And I don't know if it's from us coming out of COVID and it being the first like really big summer. That people have really been kind of offline. I don't know about you, but I can definitely tell you I felt like I needed to get out more and I needed to be around people more. And I think based on like participation and so forth, I think that's been kind of all around. And I'll tell you, when I just got the email after I was picking Colton up from work because Tim's out of town, and I got the email for the promo. And I got to be honest with you guys, it was the first email that we've had for a while. I don't know what it was, but I got really excited. And I've been dead in the water. Okay. I have had crickets. And for whatever reason, today I've had two different people reach out to me. I'm so glad that I was lazy and I didn't get back to them yet. I wasn't lazy. I really wasn't lazy. I just hadn't gotten to reply back to their messages, but I'm starting to get like people messaging me out of nowhere. And I was like, I don't know why, but I don't know why they just all of a sudden messaged me, because to be honest with you, I've been a total slacker and have not been on my game at all. So both of these ladies now are going to be able to take advantage of this promo that just launched. And I don't know if you guys read the fine print or not, but you need to make sure you always read that. And I know Jackie's going to throw some amazing ideas, and she has a lot of stuff that she wanted to talk about tonight as well. But I'm pumped up about it because you guys, it's a chance. If it's 6 orders before Sunday, it can be customers or promoter orders. It just has to be a personally enrolled. Okay. Like you're actually personally enrolled people, and $1,000 in sales, and you're going to get $1,000 on top of your commissions on August 30th. Like, so it's $700 cash and $300 in credits. And I was kind of blown away. Now you cannot use credits for that 160 order because they can use a promo code though, you guys, and get $40 off. Like what? Like, I think this is a recipe for people that weren't quite ready yet earlier in the summer, whenever we had some of these promos and they were like on vacation mode. And let's just be honest, people were not slowing down. Like they weren't really, people were more spending money on their vacations and back to school stuff and so forth, right? But if you have any type of follow-up system, now would be the time to really, really get on the ball with it. I actually, I've listened to Brittany's follow-up. I've watched different videos. For whatever reason, I suck at follow-up. Okay. I just suck at it. And I know that myself, I would be signing more people on a regular basis if my follow-up game was stronger. So I am going to hightail it and really get on the ball. But first, I'm going to follow up with these people that just messaged me and say, hey, listen, this promo just launched, and work with them to get their orders up and above, because that's going to automatically take $40 off. Even if they weren't looking to actually get $160 worth of products. Like the one lady, she just actually wanted to get shakes and capsules. So I'm going to say, hey, listen, why don't you get an extra box of shakes or an extra box of capsules, and then you're going to get $40 off. So you're basically getting that, it would be like getting almost a whole box of shakes for free for her, because that's what she needed. So anyways, I see Jackie on, and where are you at, Jackie? I'm like, where's she at? Because I want to go ahead. Oh, there you are. You had your hair pulled back, and your back is like, your background is like fuzzied out. So I don't know why. I didn't even realize it was you. I hope you're feeling better. We missed you last week, but if you missed the Zoom last week, go back and watch it, because it's gonna fire up. It totally relit my fire, because I was in like this, I don't know. You guys, there's a burnout phase that we go through. All right. And I want to give you the heads up. If you've not gone through it, it's going to come. And when it comes, you've got to find what gets you excited, because I'll be honest with you, what gets the next person excited isn't going to be what gets you excited. And I don't care how many promos in the world come out during that time period when I'm burnout, but it paralyzes me. And honestly, depending on the energy around me, I soak up all the energy. All right. So depending on what kind of energy is around me, I'm going to soak it up. And if it's exciting energy, I'm going to soak it up. If it's negative energy, I'm going to soak it up. But what I've found for myself is that when I'm struggling in that burnout phase, I really, really, really have to be intentional on doing some kind of personal development. So Kaylee had mentioned this book last week that Courtney had mentioned. So I ordered it and it just came. So I don't know what the delay was, but I am totally fueling myself with just keeping the focus, right? I'm trying not to like allow myself to go here or there or whatever. And I'm trying to get myself back into focused on my business in the way that I know that I can be most productive, because I can't control what anybody else does. I can't control the energy or how anybody else is feeling. But what I do know to be true is that new customers and new promoters are where the excitement happens. It's where people are getting those new results, those fresh results, and that's where momentum is created, right? So I want to create that new momentum within myself, right? It's got to start with me. And then it ripples out with my customers, getting my customers thriving for free, getting those new promoters. Because I struggle to sign promoters when I am in a drought or burnout part. I struggle to sign promoters because, to be honest with you, I had some negative self-talk. So I think all of us go through it. If you have gone through it or are in it, just know this too shall pass. Okay. This too shall pass. Just make sure you surround yourself with people that are excited, not toxic positivity, because I hate that shit. It's worse than negative people. Okay. Like keep it real, but like be honest with yourself of where you're at and your mindset. And I promise it'll shift everything. So anyways, Jackie, I'm going to shut up for just a minute because I know you said you had a couple of things that you wanted to talk about tonight too. You guys were going to do some different ideas for this promo and kind of go from there. So
I don't even know where to start. I have like so many things kind of going through my mind, but just like speaking of burnout, you know, when a lot of people feel like they're burnt out, it's not actually this business that's burning them out, right? It's just all the other things around them. So then people kind of get the reaction like, oh, I need to start like getting rid of certain things that I'm doing because it's just too much, right? So sometimes when people get burnt out, it's not the actual business, it's other things around that they're not like balancing, right? Like it just happens that way. But yeah, anyways, so going back to some of the things, I mean, there's so many things on my mind. But going back to the promos, okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but are you guys starting to notice patterns that Lavelle is kind of like doing and launching? Like right this minute, like everything has been about PPA, right? Everything has been about your personal performance, like, you know, your new customer orders, your new promoter orders coming in. And you know what? Those are the orders that are going to pay you the most. There's no other orders on the planet, right? In this business that pays you more than your PPA. Like that's going to pay you the most in this business. Do you get as many as like, you know, maybe like a whole team below you doing a whole bunch of stuff? No, but it's something that you guys can control. So, you know, like I've seen, I don't know how many, like what was it, all the way from July until now, we got like three promos in July that were pretty much those like the customer and promoter thing where they were giving out those free products and stuff. We got a whole bunch of them, and there were performance bonuses like left and right. Right, we had one in the beginning of this month, and now we have this one that's like the six orders for the goat promoter thing. So anyways, all these things, you guys, they're putting extra money into your pockets, right? It's on top of our already compensation plan. Like that's something that you know, if you're like hurting for, you know, your paychecks are hurting right now, or like things are not as much as it used to be, right? You're like, oh my God, my team disappeared. But here comes Lavelle saying that if you do the same thing that you're doing, right, we're going to give you X amount, right? So I'm like, I just, you know, as soon as I saw that promo happen, I'm like, man, they're going to give us an extra $1,000. They've done things like this like 2 to 3 times this month. That's like an extra $2,000-$3,000. If you were to hit all those things back to back, like just work the promos, right? If you were to just work the promos, like, hey, this is my goal, I want to hit this promo, you would earn an extra $2,000 to $3,000 and like, you know, cash and credits and all that good stuff, right? On top of our already compensation plan. So really cool. I love that they're doing those things. And if you guys are trying to qualify for Getaway, that PPA stuff is going to help you qualify for that too. So, you know, if you guys are wondering, oh, I hear somebody unmuted. Hi, Kaylee. For Getaway, nobody's able to register yet. They're doing something completely different. I don't know why nobody's been able to register. I have a feeling that it's because they want to keep it fair, that, you know, what they're probably going to have everybody be able to register at the same time. That way a whole bunch of qualifiers will fill in those 200. How many people are going? Maybe not 200 spots for that, but anyways, yeah, it all, like, Lavelle is helping you guys reach your goals. They're giving you guys carrots and stuff to, like, you know, just follow the carrot and it's going to take you to where you want to go, right? But yeah, last night, I mean, you know, let me see. Oh, there's more people coming on. What else was I gonna say? There were a couple things. I had a Sunday night Zoom last night where I was like talking to my team and stuff, and I was talking about, like, you know, if you guys have hit 4K before and you guys have lost rank, or any rank and lost rank, it's really because the new people that are coming in is not, it's not flowing, right? A big indicator of growth whenever you guys are, like, you know, really, really growing in the business is how many new people are coming in and how many VIPs are coming out of your team, right? That is a huge, huge, huge indicator from, like, it doesn't matter what rank you are. If you start seeing that people VIPing throughout your team, growth is happening, right? So you really, really, really want to hone in on VIP, like getting people to VIP, bringing in new people, like really taking people through that funnel. And last night I was talking about how it's important to teach everyone coming in how to VIP. And people are like, okay, well, how do I teach somebody that? It's just like, well, there's the dials, they can see it themselves. And you literally have to walk people through that process, right? Like when you're trying to help somebody go VIP, you explain to them what's the benefit of auto ship. Like, hey, make sure that your customer checks out on auto ship. You know, you explain to them the upgrade packages, so then that way their promoters don't order the wrong things. You teach your newest promoter like how to read their dials, right? And you also teach them how to brainstorm who needs these products, right? Because a lot of people, they join the business and then they're like, oh yeah, I'll sign up as a promoter. And then you tell them like, okay, get 2 customers and 2 promoters. And then what do? They just sit there. They don't do anything, right? Like they don't know who to look for or whatever. They're just kind of like, if they don't share it, nobody's going to come to them and be like, hey, I want this Thrive thing. So you really need to sit and like help your newest person. Doesn't matter if they, you know, it doesn't matter if they're shy, it doesn't matter if you're an extrovert or whatever, you still have to teach them the fundamentals and have them sit down and be like, who needs this? Like, who actually needs this product? And then like teach your newest person how to earn, right? Like how are they earning this bonus and all that stuff. But you know, I heard something on this morning's Zoom. I don't know if you guys were on the Courtney Glacier call, but she was talking about how as a leader, sometimes she'd hear people like, I can't even give my Thrive away for free. And I'm like, wow, like, I don't know how many times I've heard that where some people will come to me like they hit a wall. They're like, Jackie, what do you do? Like, or what do you do when you've like hit a wall? You know, nobody even wants a sample. I can't even give the products out for free. And Courtney said, she's like, well, you're just literally talking to the wrong people and you're trying to push, you're trying to push people who aren't ready, right? You have to look for people who are ready for change, right? Look for the lookers. If you see people who are like, you know, on a weight loss journey, or anyone who's even popping any kind of supplement in their mouth and it's not Thrive, like those are people that need Thrive, right? Like just little things like that. So think about it. Like if you have, think about the people that you've been talking to lately, right? Anyone who's been like about to bite Thrive or whatever, or like people that you have in mind, do you think they're good candidates for Thrive? You know, Thrive is for everyone. Like, don't get me wrong, but there is definitely, you can definitely cherry pick through your friends, right? You can go through a list of people and you'd be like, damn, she would be a great Thriver, right? Start cherry picking people, right? And this is a great time to kind of go for that because we have 6 people that we have to get for this bonus promo thing. Like think of 6 people. Like I challenge you guys tonight to sit down and write a list, right? You're going to have to write a list of more than 6 people, but really like just write down a list. Just don't think too hard about it. Just think about people who maybe need these products, who needs energy, who needs weight loss, maybe like who just had a baby, like just all kinds of different things, right? Who needs more patience? Who's like, who's super busy throughout the day, right? The busiest people in the world, they definitely need Thrive. They need it. They need that extra support. They need the superwoman or superman power, right? To be able to do all that stuff. And then another one that I really like that, I really like, who do you know that's good at business, or who's kind of like a good crafty entrepreneur, or whatever it is, right? Those are people who, when they actually see that these products work, they're not going to sit on the sidelines for this opportunity, right? Just a tip for you guys. That's how I attracted a lot of my business partners. A lot of my business partners are, they're like boss babes, they're entrepreneurs. They had like side hustles and things that were not network marketing. And, when they felt that this worked, they hopped on it right away because they had that entrepreneurial spirit. I see Amanda, she wants to say something.
Yes, you can always tell, can't you? You can always tell. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Post-it challenge or not. Okay. Has anybody, I don't know if you've heard of the Post-it challenge, you've probably been around for a while, first off, if you have. But if you've heard of it, put a 1 over here. All right. If you have not heard of it, after this Zoom, or when Jackie's talking, I am going to go and find this video, okay? And I'm going to put it on the Dream Team page. Okay, because when I got started with Lavelle, there was a promoter, Beth Graves, who actually had posted about this Post-it challenge, all right? And what it is was, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you this. I did this very skeptically, but I did it. I got a great big, huge ass cardboard thing, like I was going to do a science project, okay? And I got all these Post-its, and on this Post-it, I put 100 people's names, all right, on it. And I'm going to tell you what, the people that I put stars beside, because I really wanted them on my team. I really wanted to be intentional with those specific people. Every single one of them I signed as a promoter or customer. Every single one of them. Did I sign all 100 people? No. But I was intentional, right? So because those names were all on that Post-it, until I got them signed, like basically the Post-its just got less and less and less, right? Because those people were like people I specifically knew that I needed to make sure I followed up with. And I had them in different categories for like their readiness on my poster board. But listen, even if you just get this poster board and you put 100 names on it, and then you started removing those names one by one, every person that you signed, you guys, that's satisfactory to me, right? So I'm going to put this Post-it challenge up. Like I said, you can do it however you want, but I do think it would be beneficial for people, because you don't realize when you have that up on a board, just like you have your vision board or you have your goals or whatever, and you're looking at it every single day, you want to remove those names, right? And maybe you put something that's a reward for yourself underneath one of those names, that like or some kind of reward. You remove 5 names and you get to go and do X, Y, and Z, or you get some kind of reward system. It's going to encourage you, not only with your follow-ups, but being more intentional with what you're doing. And there's just something about it, but I can tell you it was during some of my highest momentum months. And had I not had some of those names on it, I might have forgot to follow up with them, or whatever, right? So like what Jackie was just saying, you can't make people that aren't ready thrive. But you guys, there's people that need more sleep. There's people that need more energy. There's people that, like a friend of mine just did like 103-mile marathon. He definitely needs some thrive in his life, right? But anyways, I was like, man, there's so many people that I do not have on my potential list, because I've just not been intentional with positioning myself in front of those people to let them know the benefits that how it could really help them, right? So people that I know that could use this product, maybe it's somebody on social media that I follow, right? I'm going to be more intentional with that person. So make sure you put like, they're on TikTok and this is what their username is, so that you can go easily find them, because sometimes just a name and whatever doesn't make you go there. But anyways, get yourself some kind of system. But when you were talking, literally that Post-it challenge came out to me, because I was like, what was I doing when I was having the most success with signing my customers, with signing those promoters? And then that's what I was doing. I had all their names up on this board, and like I just slowly started removing them as I would sign them. But the people that I really wanted to be on my team, I was realistic first off of those people being promoters because I had either talked to them or they themselves had done a business similar to this, or they were somebody that was super busy, like Jackie was mentioning. You guys, busy people tend to be able to fit more things in. Okay. I don't know why, but for myself too, if I don't have a ton of things going on, I get less accomplished. If I have a ton of things going on, I get more accomplished, and so forth. So, anyways, okay, Jackie, I'm gonna shut up now, but I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna go look for it while you're doing that. But
I love it. I mean, the post-it thing and just like writing names down and stuff. And I'm gonna actually go over a little bit of frameworks of just like if you wanted to work 7 days of your business a week, like actually intentionally 7 days, I'm gonna tell you guys how to do it. It doesn't mean that you're not working every day. It just means that you're intentionally working 7 days and then the rest of it's kind of free flowing. I'm gonna share it later. But I love it because she just manifested, like she wrote these names down, manifested, I'm gonna sign these people and really intentional, put the stars next to them. And I recall times in my business where I did the same thing, right? Where I was able to write down my goals, like, I want to help so-and-so get to this and this and this. And then like, boom, it happens, right? So being intentional is very, very, very powerful, you guys. But besides that, like we have these bonuses that are coming up and stuff. And the bonuses are cool. And it's really like a microscopic, like, it's really honing in on just getting it done, right? Getting the new 6 people into your business. And they're just like customers. They could be referrals. You can literally have like, and I told my team this last night, like if you are absolutely dry, when I look at my cloud office right now, if I look at the last 100 customers that I have, probably I want to say probably like 90 of them are referrals and 10 of them are people that I actually know. Okay. So this is what happens in network marketing and in the business. When you run out of your warm market completely, your back office starts to look like, who the hell are these people? Right. And it gets to the point where people are like sharing it with people like, hey, I want to thrive for free. And sometimes like, if I reach out to somebody's referral, sometimes they don't even want to talk to me, you guys. Like this is the honest to God truth, right? But then like they order like once or twice or here and there, and you can only do so much. But if you guys have any people that are like that, that's the reality when you're trying to get people to thrive for free, right? If you have a really good customer who's good at connecting you and building that trust between like their friend and you, great. But it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes they're just like, hey, my friend wants to buy it. She doesn't want to like talk to you. And they're like, okay. But that's that. But with these 6 things, like, if you help 2 of your customers drive for free, right, you would fill in 4 of those spots and then reach out to 2 other people who are maybe on the fence. Like Amanda was saying, there's a great deal right now. The deal that's out right now where they spend 160, they get $40 off. That's insane. That's crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, you guys. It's really, really good for anyone who's on a budget, which is a lot of people, I know for a fact that the last promo that just happened where they had to spend $200, a lot of people still didn't buy it because they're like, you know what, it's still a little bit too much for my budget right now, and couldn't really close in on that, but they will probably say yes to like something that's like $100-something, right? They're like, okay, like that's a bit cheaper. Let me go with that. And something that I wanted to share too is that, when it comes to reaching these promos and stuff and reaching your goals, I always like to encourage people to really go for the organic like close, right? The organic people, the organic customers, people who are like really, they want the products or they really need this and you're like helping them, right? Because I like, favors and stuff, like the way that I teach VIP, the way that I teach like just the business in general is like, get your organic customers, but don't leave anything on the table, right? If you have to call in favors to close out a promo, like do it, right? But favors are only going to take you so far. Okay. Favors will only take you so far. They're not going to be like long lasting a lot of the time. And if somebody does do you a favor and does get onto the product, like don't wait on that. Just keep on going. And just, if they do you a favor, just be like, hey, I know you did me the favor, but do me another one. I really, really think you would benefit from these products, and get them to take it. Right. Because if they bought it for you, or they, if they bought it and did a favor for you, like, don't just let them sit on it. Cause that sucks. Right. So make sure that you guys are doing your part if that happens to any of your people. I don't know if you guys have people that bought Thrive for you just as a favor. I know this happens a lot, especially with a lot of extroverted thrivers. Okay, so if you are an extrovert and you're really bubbly, like super blue personality, you're good at sales, right? If you're good at sales, there's a lot of people who can like sell ice to an Eskimo, right? They can literally sell ice to an Eskimo. They can get Thrive into people's hands who aren't even ready to take the products yet. But imagine how much better they would be if their follow-up game was better, if they were following up, better, and like really encouraging them, like, hey, you really need these products, like tell me, like promise me you're gonna like start this and like do 7 days, and then like talk, like tell me about it later, right? Obviously you're gonna push them longer past like 7 days, but you're really just trying to get them to do it with you and try it. So yeah, favors will only take you so far. Also just selling a product, like if you're just constantly like selling to people, that's also short term, right? So yeah, anyways, let's see, what else do I have here? So yeah, anyways, what builds like long-term like thrivers and like really good solid businesses and stuff, and like a relationship with a customer where when you reach out to them, they don't cringe. They don't cringe and they're like, oh my gosh, she's trying to sell me something, right? What really builds that is actually connecting your newest thriver to the products, right? Aligning them with what it is that they're taking, right? Like what are your goals? So when you go in and you connect them to what it is that they're taking, like you really want this weight loss, or they're focused on their collagen or whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that matters to them, right? When you connect them to that, they're not going to cringe when you reach out to them and be like, hey, did you see this sale? Like they're not going to cringe if they're connected to it, right? So first you connect and then you close, right? Because like, that's another art, right? Like once they're connected and they're happy and they're super excited about it, like you can easily close them. And then the next step is to continue, right? To continue with that thriver. So take them through the next like follow-ups, right? Following up with them, troubleshooting anything. So this is what happens, like, anytime that I follow up with a thriver, it's always follow up, troubleshoot, and thrive for free. Those are the three things that if you guys are following up with people, like try to pinpoint those three things, right? When you ask them what their experience is, like, oh, it was good, but like, like ask them like, well, what did you like about it? Was there anything, like try to get to the bottom of it, right? When you can get your customers to talk to you, they will be vulnerable, like, oh, I was doing really good for a week, and then like I went drinking like one of the days, and then I fell off track, and then I forgot it, I was on vacation. And what you do when people say that, just be like, oh my God, girl, like, I can't believe you didn't take your Thrive on vacation. I totally, like, I need my energy for vacation. Like just saying like natural things like that. Like, it's not like nagging them or whatever, but you know what I mean? That's kind of like just really good conversation you guys can have with your thrivers to build a relationship. It's encouraging, right? It's really like, it's good. So it's encouraging for them. So anyways, there's that. And then, we just had auto ships, right? That ran last night. We're mid-month right now, guys. So whatever it is that your goals are, whether you're close to the rank that you want to be at or not, you're here, right? Like make the best of whatever it is. You're still getting paid every Tuesday. It's summer right now. We just came out of a really crazy pandemic, right? Like there's people who are out and about. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about your cities, but it is packed everywhere I go. Like the airports are jammed. There's people everywhere. I mean, like it's crazy. So people are out and about. But like, working this business, like I originally started working this business with a full-time job, a full-time, to 3 kids, like a full-time like hubby at the time who was really like a man-child. Like I did this in the nooks and crannies of my day. But I really loved it. So if you guys like love Thrive, you guys love what you're doing. And like, if I say that right now and you're like, I don't really know how I feel right now, or like I'm not excited like how she's like making it sound, right? Like Amanda said, like go into self-development, right? But a couple things. So with working the business, right? Like when you see thrivers, they're posting every day. Most drivers are posting every day, right? They're on fire, they're posting every day, they're sharing every day. That is just one part of your business, right? And really posting online and like talking to people and that stuff, I find that more of like a social aspect, right? I find that more of like fun. I find it more creative where you guys can be expressive and stuff. But if you guys really intentionally took out 7 days out of the month for work, okay? And I'm going to give you these 7 days. Okay, they're really, really simple 7 days to remember. And if you guys can remember this and try to master this every single month, your business is going to grow. Okay, get into the habit of 7 intentional days of the month where you're going to work your business. The first day would be one of the first days of the month. It doesn't have to be August 1st. It doesn't have to be, whatever. Just pick one of the first 3 days in the month and use those days as the days that you're going to write down your goals. Okay. You're going to write down your personal goals. Like, what rank do I want to go to? Right. Who in my team is running with me? Where do I want to see them? Where are they alive? Like, pulse check, right? Like for your team and stuff, right? Write down names, people you're running with this month, and like stay close to them, right? So this is like just in the beginning of the month, right? One of the days in the beginning of the month, focus in on writing down your goals, right? If your goal this month is to get to the auto bonus, like, how are you going to get there, right? If you have key players, right? Every single month you have your key players, like your team who you're going to work with. You're like, I know so-and-so is going to go 4K this month. I know this one's going to go 4K this month. I know this one's ready to grow, right? You have a roadmap every single month. If you set it in the first like couple days of the month, you're good to go, right? Now the next couple days, right? The next 5 days of intentional work, and what I do on these days of work are your auto ship days. Okay. So every time before the auto ships run, I actually I don't just see that as auto ships. When I see auto ships, I'm like, oh shit, I need to get my like all my stuff together. I need to follow up with my customers. I need to see who hasn't ordered and all those things, right? I actually use the auto ship days as accountability days to just like really sit down and go through like my messages, go through my lists and stuff. That's 5 times a month, you guys. 5 times a month. If they're only like 5 days apart from each other, so they're very, very small windows where like if you just focused on working on like right before those auto ship days, before it runs, you'll be on time all the time, right? You'll be on time to follow up with people all the time. And what you do during those before the auto ship days is go through your customers list, right? See who needs to reorder, right? See, like take a look at those things, see who has an auto ship on, and just like even comb through your social media and people you haven't talked to, right? I really use those auto ship days because I have an auto elite bonus, and I literally have 12 slots and I plug in, right? Who has ran an auto ship, who has some on, who can I ask to turn some on, or like just follow up with them in a way that they're going to turn it on, right? Like that's being truly intentional. And you guys, like I told you guys, 7 days of the month, right? Where you guys can get intentional and work. We already did one, which is like kind of the first couple of days of the month where you just set your goals. We added 5 more, which is those auto ship days, which is really where you're servicing your customers, right? And really like, who can you flip, right? Who can you help to thrive for free? Who are you ready to talk to about the opportunity? You only need 5 days in the month to really like scan that. And it doesn't take long, right? If you don't have a whole lot of people, then you could be done like fast, right? But if you do have a whole lot of people, this might help you a lot because it's organized, right? And then you can free your time up for all the other things. And the last very intentional day of the month is, I would say, probably like 2 days before month end, right? You don't want to wait until the very last minute for month end because you're like scrounging. But ideally, like these are 7 intentional days where you're going to sit down, you're going to buckle down, you're going to write things down, you're going to do your reach outs, you're going to make things happen. I mean, we have our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s, right? But how many of you guys are really perfect doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every single day, like down to the T? Like probably not a lot, but I'll tell you what, before I even knew what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 was, like before I even knew, because a lot of people, if you're on here and you don't even know what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is, I was somebody I didn't know that either for a long time, right? But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is really just like it's kind of like it's posting on social media, following up, and it's just like the more you do, like the more like productive you are. It's income producing activities, but people naturally, they kind of just gravitate towards the posting part, right? The posting part where everyone's just like posting online, posting online, posting online. But there's a lot of thrivers that are just constantly posting, but there's nothing really happening in the background, right? You want to try to avoid just doing that, right? You want to be more intentional and getting some of this stuff done in the background. Because I promise you, if you guys do some of this stuff in the background, you'd be like, holy crap, I work better in the background than I do online, like literally. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Those are my 7 days, right? Is the first of the month, the like end of the month, and those 5 auto ship days. Like that's when I actually just sit down, and every single day in between that is the real true like work from anywhere. Okay. I always say, like, we always say like, work from anywhere, because we really do, right? We take our phone with us, we take our Thrive with us, we take our life with us. We incorporate Thrive into our lives. When you guys are posting every day and out, like, is it even really work? Does it really feel like work if you're going out there, like flipping the selfie camera, talking and, showing off your DFT, doing a Flex Friday? Does that really feel like work? Because that's basically like every day. That's what I do with my time freedom, right? Is just the fun stuff of it. But 7 days of intentional work, in the background will really, really take your business far, right? If you guys struggle at the end of the month where you're kind of short, you're like, oh my God, I'm like 3K away from like 12K, like only if I, worked a little bit harder. Well, those 7 intentional days, you would have been there, right? So anyways, I see Amanda.
Yes. And you know what, you guys, I was writing all those things down because truly the reality of it is that okay, so like last week I was really, really struggling because and I cried. Obviously, I cried on the call when I was sharing the fact that I was feeling beat down. I was feeling really freaking beat down from like everything from, the past couple of years, losing like my home, losing my house. Well, not really losing it, but having to walk away from it because my ex wouldn't, still having to pay on that. The debt, oh gosh, the debt, and then hitting my ex-in-laws and them totaling my car. And then Friday, or Thursday, my daughter's car that I was driving around, her little Beetle, yeah, it broke down while Tim was in North Carolina out of town for work. So here I am, and I am like, okay, now I've got no car, no way I'm getting married in like 39 days. I have a lot of things to finish off, and I've got to get a car. And if you hear kids screaming, they're playing video games. Even though they know I'm on here. But anyways, I felt like I was drowning. And to be honest with you, I am a people pleaser. So, I had people coming to me that were struggling in different aspects in business, in their personal life. I'm always like the person that people tend to come to. And I felt completely drained, right? So I decided, even though I have 10 million calendars, I decided I was going to go get a new calendar. Right. Because right now, this time of the year, there's all these new calendars, and calendars make me happy, and fresh, clean calendars make me happy. And so I bought this one at Big Lots. Okay. And it's called the Executive. And listen, I told you, I ordered a personal development book. I had all these things going on. I went and I got this calendar, and in this calendar, I kind of got excited. All right. And it sounds stupid. All right. But I'm a list person, and I have, you guys, like I have little things like this, like little post-it things that I have in my purse. I carry this around all the time. And actually I just bought a new one because it's got a 3-fold, which is, you guys are probably like, Amanda, you have a problem. But they help me because when I get to mark something off, it makes me feel accomplished. So the more things I get to mark off, the better. Anyways, the whole reason I'm telling you this is because when you're staring at a mountain and a pile of things that are just going wrong, it's super easy to feel like start drowning. All right. It's super easy to feel like you've got all that weight, and you're just being held back, and like you can't move any further because every time you start to take a step forward, something else is thrown at you that knocks you backwards, right? Or another weight is added on to you. So in this new calendar, what I realized was, and it's so stupid, but you guys, this calendar is completely empty. I haven't even started on it, but it was broke down into family goals, finance goals, personal growth, spiritual goals, health and fitness goals, finance goals. So, anyways, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I can feel like I'm falling short in a lot of different areas. And I think that sometimes we're only focused on our business, or maybe it's our personal life that we're feeling like we're drawn in, or maybe it's like every angle, right? I want to encourage you guys to write down some goals that you know that you can easily accomplish every single day. Okay. Like there's nobody else is in it. Like you do it and it's accomplished. Kind of like making your bed, right? Or following up with those 5 people or making that post. You are in control of sending those messages. You are in control of making that post. And then set some goals like your rank goals, or how much you want to try to accomplish and do, like maybe you want to hit 4K this month and you have to have so much per day, or you want to hit 12K this month and you have to have so much per day, right? Put some of those things on your list as well, right? As you start to mark off that stuff, kind of like it went with the calendar challenge or with the post-it challenge I was just talking about. This new book, it's fresh, it's clean, it doesn't have anything else, right? Like I have my normal calendar that I use for everything else, but this calendar that just came, that I just am starting, it doesn't have the scribbles in it. It doesn't have the stuff I haven't made happen yet in it, right? It's clean, and you can go get a new calendar right now because there are all these school calendars and stuff that's July to June of next year. And anyways, at the beginning of every week for this new calendar, okay, I don't know if you can see this or not, probably not because it's kind of fuzzy. It has my to do and it has my priorities and all that stuff. And it also has people to call and people to email. And this is stuff that you can easily just write down in a notebook. Like you don't have to go buy a new calendar. Okay. But I want to encourage you guys to really kind of stay focused on the things that you can control. Stay focused on the stuff that you can kind of take into your own hands. Just like Jackie was saying, those 7 intentional days a month. And how genius is it to make your follow-up day? Because I hate follow-ups. I hate follow-ups. Okay. But if I know that I'm helping somebody because I'm reminding them about their order getting ready to run, or I am helping them because I'm reaching out to make sure that they're getting exactly what it is that they want, I can also throw in during that follow-up trying to help them, okay, get referrals. So like I can latch on another goal onto that easy message that I have to send on how I can help them thrive for free. So when I know that I'm helping somebody, like it makes me want to do it. Okay. It makes me want to do it even more. If I know somebody's relying on me, it makes me want to do it. I'm in a couple chats right now. And a couple of the chats I'm in are dead silent, like dead silent, except for if I post something here and there. And those chats, guess what? I quit posting in. I quit posting in them. Want to know why? Because energy sends off energy. And if I'm not getting any, then it makes my energy level go. So my focus is, you know what? Nobody else is posting here. I'll stay focused on the things I can. So like I am finding new things to be excited about in my business that can help me control. And I want to challenge you guys. It's easy to stick to something for short-term periods. I know that Lisa is talking about, I think Lisa posted yesterday about her and Stacy had been communicating, and I've heard talk about a push group and so forth, which I love. The idea of, because it helps people start back at scratch. It helps them do things that maybe they quit doing because they weren't such a big fan of, but it also pushed them to learn something, right? So we know that there's so many different avenues of social media that people can get into. There's people that you can go out and you can intentionally every day. If you're somebody that hates social media and you're not really getting much from that, make it an intentional reason for you to go to the mall or go to the post office or, make a special trip to go and find a way to get out and talk to people, right? I've told you guys before, you can go to Pinterest for God's sakes, and you could type off scavenger hunt. And you can just tell people you're on a scavenger hunt. And this is what you had to do, and pass out business cards. Blame it on the scavenger hunt. Blame it on the fact that you are in contest up against somebody, whatever it may be. Your contest may very well just be against yourself, to get yourself out and talk to people, right? Go on a scavenger hunt and push yourself to get in front of people. Go to a fair, a festival, go to look and see what craft or vendor events are this weekend, or farmers markets are this weekend. Get out and talk to people, right? Just tell them you're on a scavenger hunt and you are passing out cards, and you're going to give one winner that creates an account, a free customer account. So people, like, you can even make out a little thing, reminder, like, to tell them, create an account here, get entered to win here. All right. You can attach it right to your business card, like clip it on, whatever. But that you are challenging yourself to do that. What's going to come out of this? Well, an awful lot of people that just got your business card, you blamed it on a scavenger hunt you're doing, and maybe you gave a mini experience away. Maybe you had some extra product laying around your house that you just threw into a bag, and that person won that, right? A week's worth of trials of different stuff, right? I can tell you guys, people love community. And right now, if you put out a challenge for, like, you've heard me talk about water challenge. If you talk about doing detox, if you talk about getting yourself zoned in and focused on something, like, I just told you my wedding is in 39 days. Okay. Or something like that, something close to that. And so guess what? Like, my wedding dress is tight. And I'm like, okay, Amanda, like, you got to get focused. You can't be like, you got to be drinking your water. You need to move your body. And I'm like, maybe I'm bloated. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to run the detox again. But I know that if I tell people I'm on this journey, they're going to want to come on it with me. Right? They're going to want to come on it with me. So bring people on a journey with you. Challenge yourself. Maybe it's a personal development challenge that you've had a shitty mindset, or, like, I can say this because even though it's recorded, my mom's not going to be on it, but my mom came over for Leah's birthday, and she has got the most negative, draining energy on the planet Earth. Okay. Like, literally, like, she is just the most negative person ever. And when she came over, after she came over, it literally felt like it took a week, you guys, to get rid of her energy out of my house. And I love my mom. Please don't take that as like I don't love my mom, or I don't cherish every moment with her, right? Because I absolutely did. But she literally is like the one person on this planet that can get under my skin like nobody else's business. And she knows it. And she knows it. But I know that I have to be intentional with what I put out there and the things that I want to accomplish, right? So if you have somebody that is like super bringing you down, or somebody that lifts your energy up, take somebody on a challenge with you. Like, I mentioned this to my mom about my wedding dress being too tight. And the whole reason why she came into this whole equation anyways is because she's like, well, what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. I cut off half my fucking stomach. I don't know. Like, like, literally, I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to get serious about, trying to, work on my bloat. So I'm thinking balance and biotic, making sure I don't allow my diet to go out the window. I ordered like little servings plates because I said, okay, I'm slipping. But anyways, I'm creating solutions for myself. And what I'm getting at here is create solutions for yourself and for others, because there are other people out there that feel like you. So bring them on the journey with you, through detox, through walking, getting a solid regimen, through drinking more water, and so forth. And man, if you ever need a reminder, go back and look at pictures from where you started at when you first started Thrive to where you are now.
I got a couple things too, Amanda, just like, because something that you were saying earlier was just like, just all the stuff like we all go through crazy life. You're looking at two leaders that went through like hell, like even while running this business, and and more, right? But I'm going to tell you guys what I do to get refocused, because I feel like it's really important. A lot of people, they have life hit them all the time, right? And just really simple, okay? You need to clear your space, clear whatever it is, clear out the negativity. Just use that word clear, and make sure that if anything that is cloudy, anything that's messed up, anything that's messy, clear it, right? Clear all those things. That's the first step when you're trying to get back on track, is clearing everything, clearing energy, just clearing anything that is not serving you, right? Anything that's holding you back, anything that's frustrating you, that's the first step. And then after that is just getting consistent, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh my God, my business isn't where I need it to be. And like, I really want to get back to it. I don't know how. The only way is really to be consistent, and consistency looks different to everybody. I can tell you what my consistency looks like is that you always know that I'm thriving and that you can message me. That's what my consistency looks like, right? My consistency doesn't look like 10 really perfect stories that are telling a perfect story in my stories. Like, it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like 7 days of reels. That's not my consistency. If somebody can do that, great. Maybe there's been times in my business where I can do that for short periods of time, but you will burn out, right? But my consistency is literally that I'm posting about Thrive every single day, and you can reach out to me because you know that I'm not just posting it as a consumer, I'm selling it, right? You literally know that. So those are just the two things, like, clearing and being consistent. Like, clear your space, and then after that, just get consistent. And don't be so focused on don't be so hard on yourself for like results, right? Be more like concerned if am I being consistent? Did I do what I was supposed to do today? Right? That's going to make you feel good. Like, I did what I could today. Like, you see that reel, like, what are you doing? I'm doing my best. Like, that's what you guys need to have that kind of mindset, and it will pay off, right? It will pay off. People will come to you. You are going to get that trickle effect of people like coming to you, like finally they're ready, right? You're not going to get people coming to you saying finally they're ready if you haven't been posting, or if you've taken off a month, or weeks or whatever, right? You're not going to get people saying that I'm ready. You're going to get people saying I'm ready when they've been watching you post every single day, even if they're not paying attention to your posts. That's when you're going to get people, right?
And listen, guys, if I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I totally have slacked on sharing like all three of my steps, right? Getting up in the morning and doing my 3 steps. And as redundant as that sounds, if you got up every single day, every single morning, and you started, you like say right now, you're like, man, I don't even know where to start. You got up every single day and you started sharing your 3 steps every single morning. Maybe you went live, you walked people through you taking your capsules or mixing your lifestyle mix up, or your DFT, putting your DFT on, or maybe you just took a picture and you posted that, whatever the combination might be, doesn't matter. Okay. If every single day you put it in your stories, you put it on your page, you put it one place, you put it all places, it doesn't really matter. Okay. But you just did it every single day, at least and I say it doesn't really matter. I'm saying like you should at least pick one place that you're consistent, that you put it every single day, right? Where you're going to be working at. I promise you, you're going to change the route of your business. If every single day you did that, okay? Now, what if you decided you were just going to start going live every single day? Not even with your 3 steps. Maybe you're just going to share some kind of uplifting, positive message every single day. Okay. And people saw that you were a thriver and they did see your other posts or whatever, but every single day you started doing that. What do you think would happen? Well, you're going to become somebody that people look at for inspiration. People start looking at for life. People start getting inspired because they needed your message today. All right. Because you're going to start to attract those people. All right. And I could sit here and I could tell different people on this Zoom right now that I know that I could go to their page and there's certain stuff that I could learn about them every day. Right. And you guys, it literally is taking people on a journey with you. Right. And so if you are somewhere right now where you're like, man, I feel like I don't even know where to start. Like I haven't been working my business, or maybe you have been, but you just haven't been signing anybody, or maybe all your team quit, whatever. Okay. Get focused in on the stuff that you can control, for one. And like Jackie said, just just the stuff that you can get, like be intentional with. Okay. But make yourself a challenge where you say, you know what, for the next 30 days, I'm going to show up here doing this, right? Don't make yourself a ridiculous list of stuff that's out of your control. Only put on that list stuff that you know that you 100% can stick to. All right. Some days you're not going to want to do it. Some days you're not going to do it. So what? Tell people that. I didn't want to get on here and do this, but I promised myself I'd show up today. All right. That is freaking inspiring. That is something that is going to start draw people in. Maybe you decide that you want to go live about a new product or a product every single day. Well, we certainly have enough products that you absolutely could go live about a different product every single day. And maybe you don't know anything about that product and you're honest about it. I've never tried this product. I've never tasted this product. I need to get this product, right? But I said I was going to share one of our products every single day. So here we are, right? Just find a way that you can show up for yourself first. Because when you are not beating yourself down, you come off with a confidence. All right. You'll come off with more confidence for what it is that you have your hands on. And I guess that's what I'm getting at, is that this next couple months are going to propel you. So if like you've been slacking and you haven't been on track or whatever, don't expect every person that you message to sign. Okay. But like Jackie said, if you start getting consistent right now, here in a couple months, you guys, things are going to change. Things are going to change for you because you've been intentional now and you've been putting this out there. And now you've also not only gotten consistent with that, but you also added in making sure that you were adding to your network every single day. Like, because if you're not adding to your network or you're not interacting and getting to know people, then you're talking to the same people. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of those people I called in favors for, they end up being more work sometimes than what they were favors. Okay. They end up being more work than they were favors. And they were people that didn't want to work the business. So then I felt like I was pulling teeth to get them to even try to do anything.
And they don't believe in it, right? Like they just kind of don't believe in it. Like if people really truly believed in it, even if you called a favor or not, they would put it into their bodies. So, you
Yes.
know, do that little extra thing if you do call in a favor and just be like, hey, can you do this for me? Because it might change their mind if you can get it into their body. But yeah, I
And
mean,
those reminders, Jackie wouldn't even be here if Twin had quit posting and quit putting it out there or whatever. Like Jackie wouldn't even be here today, you guys. Like I can't even imagine the business without her. And I just, yeah, like I was like, can you imagine?
I have a secret for you guys. I
Oh.
was like saving this, so don't get off yet. Okay, don't get off. I have a secret because one of our girls, she made it out to the Hot Thrive Summer, and Paul Gravette happened to be there, and he dropped a hint about the new Thrive King. Okay, so the new Thrive, who's excited about Thrive King?
Oh, I am.
Thrive King is going to be announced at the Lifestyle Getaway, right? That's something that, you know, getting
That
to the
makes
Lifestyle
total
Getaway.
sense.
Huh?
That makes total sense then, because that's what they're prepping us for right now. You guys, anytime that there's a push with PPA, getting those customer accounts, like especially if you hear getting those free customer accounts, or they're giving us 25 credits for getting free customer, or however many credits for getting these customer accounts, you guys, there's something coming, and they want to get you prepared for reaching out and talking to people. Again, however many of you guys don't know this, before Paul Gravette, before anybody could even sign, when Paul like signed Tony, who is Maria's sponsor, before they were even allowed to buy the founders pack, they had to have 100 free customer accounts. Back when I started in 2017, that was on our list. Get 100 free customer accounts, right? So like right now, if you got 100 free customer accounts between now and Thrive King being announced, that'd be 100 more people that you've connected with that these announcements would go out to, that are going to get those emails. So I don't know, like I just know that they're prepping us for something. And when you talk about weight loss product dropping dead in the middle of like the people pumpkin
October, right
lattes
before
and
Thanksgiving.
yes, right before Thanksgiving, right before Christmas, while people are doing all this baking and you're talking about weight loss. people listen, people get excited and they bounce off of your energy because you're like, oh my gosh, I needed this because I was on that was like the drop of treat meal, right? Everybody's
So
like,
you want the hint or what?
yes, drop it. Sorry, I shut. Tell me to say shut up.
So the hint is he said that with this new product, you're gonna have to, cut lower on the carbs and cut out the beer. Okay. So whatever that is. And I was just like, oh my God, it's gonna be like something like, when I think about that, I think about like Burn. Twin is my sponsor. And when she started, all she had was the regular DFT and Duo, the original Duo,
Yes.
not even the Burn Duo, right? It was only those two DFTs back then. Oh, and Black Label. Oh yeah, Black Label. And I think like Ultra 1.0, and then it went away for a
It makes
while.
me feel like it's going to be something to do with ketones.
You think so? I mean, there's so many things. I've had like
Yeah.
for me, I was like, maybe it's like CLA, which is like a different supplement.
Mhm.
It helps with like burning fat and stuff. I was thinking maybe another one like a
Think about it. Ketones, it could be paired with burn.
do you have to cut carbs for that? You do, right?
You don't have to with ketones. No, it actually depends will put you into ketosis. So you don't have to, but you're going to get better results. It's kind of like you
Yeah.
click burn without doing that, but you're going to get better results if you do. Right.
Uh-huh.
So you see where I'm going with this? I don't know. And just so you guys know, I have no clue, but I don't know. It just led me to it. And
We
I
have
gotta
no
tell you guys,
idea.
when we had Duo drop, and then when we had Burn, like it was really big freaking launches. So
Yeah.
you
I
throw
came from
something
Burn
like
Drop.
that, you're pairing another product that you can add to it.
I was someone who came during the Burn Drop. We had a bunch of girls that were already promoting, or they already knew about Thrive, but they didn't actually come on board and go like 40K and beyond, right? Until Sculpt came. So fall launches they've been historically my favorite launches. I don't know, like I don't know about you guys, but being around for a little while, I love the fall launches. Whatever the big headliner is for fall, has always brought really, really good quality like lifelong thrivers. So just a
I
little
agree. I agree because there's people that when they join during that time, they're excited about the product, right? They're so excited about the product that it kind of launches their excitement in. But I love, and just like you just said, like the sculpt kind of like put people over and so forth, right? I love products that can be taken alone, all right? That can be standalone products, but if you pair it with this, take it to that next level. So I would actually love to see something that drops that is like that. And you guys, anytime there's something that's going to up somebody's weight loss results, and while we say that, let's be realistic, you guys. Always teaching, you know, diet, calories in, calories out are always going to be important. Okay, because that literally has to do with how much you're eating and so forth. But even whenever it comes to keto, there's this misconception like of certain kind of foods that you should eat. And a lot out there is not the healthiest things. But there are healthy ways to have these product launches. And you want to make sure, because you want to make sure that people understand, like they're not going to go to McDonald's and then drop whatever product it is in their mouth and they're magically going to lose all these pounds, right? So you want to make sure you're promoting this healthy lifestyle and realistic expectations, no matter what the product is. Okay. If people eat and just keep on shoving food in their mouth, like donuts and stuff, instead of like grabbing healthier foods like alternatives, they're not going to get the results like that they want. They're going to get better results if they follow a healthier lifestyle. So always please the 30 days. I hate when people say if you take 2 gummies a day or you take this pill a day for the next 30 days, you're going to lose X amount of pounds. Well, you don't know that. So don't say those pounds, but you would lose more weight had you not been taking that product, right? Like, so if you take this, you're going to have better results than what you would if you didn't have it. So I don't know. I'm excited and I'm so glad you just said that because I was wondering when it was going to drop. And I think at the lifestyle getaway, it would be a perfect time because that's the last week of October. So that's going to drop right around Halloween.
that's so far away.
I know it seems like so far away. It does until I say my wedding date, and then I'm like, oh my God, it's right around the corner.
It is, and it'll go by really quickly, you guys, just because like we're finishing off August right now. We have September, there's that 10-year anniversary thing that's gonna go up, and then like literally lifestyle getaway, like getting ready for that. But I think I was gonna say something, I forgot what it was,
I
but
threw you off. I'm sorry.
that's okay. But we're good.
Okay, you guys. I don't
Oh,
think I
I have
have. Oh,
a challenge for you guys.
oh,
The little
yes.
challenge is two things. Go pre-promote Thrive King, right? If you guys haven't seen it, go on Lavelle's page or Jason Camper's page, and it's in there. Jason Camper did talk about like, you know, who wants to be a beta tester. I was one of the beta testers for the sculpt, like a whole bunch of us were, because they did it through like an auto ship incentive, and we were putting on auto ships to get multiple sculpts. And I mean, like it was crazy, but it was amazing. Even just from like just getting a couple packets of the sculpt, results happened, right? So I have no doubt that they're bringing something else that's just as amazing as sculpt. And then the other challenge is like go work that promo, right? The new promo, getting 6 people to get that bonus for yourselves. And do the post-it challenge that like Amanda was talking about, and do that, right? Like get, you know, write down a whole bunch of names and then cherry pick 6. And if somebody falls out of those 6 that you cherry picked, then go pick more, right? Like do that. You guys have time. We have like, what is it, a week for that promo? And yeah,
Sunday the 21st. Yeah, I think Sunday the 21st is whenever the promo lasts till. So I'm gonna get that post up. Honestly, I don't have it up because I've been sitting here trying to type up my own post real quick. I didn't want to click off of it because if I get sidetracked. But I will have that post-it note challenge up very shortly on the Dream Team page. And I also will have the Zoom recording posted as soon as it gets done uploading. So Jackie, I'm so excited that you're back. I'm so glad that you said that about the king, because you guys amping people up and starting a list, the VIP list now will really, really pay off for you later. Like I'm literally posting in my post right now something about Thrive King and about this promo. So anyways, have a good night, guys. Thank you for joining us, and let's crush it. Let's create some new momentum and some excitement happening, right? So I'll see you guys later. Bye.
bye.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thanks.